Carton, coming to you live from Cedarbrook Road. I'm here today to talk about composting and how it helps the environment. You can compost all sorts of things, like eggshells, and just throwing them into your compost bin. Once your compost bin is full, you can dump it into your larger bin outside. Once your compost bin is full, you take it out to the curb for Mother Compost to come pick it up. I had the pleasure of speaking to Gwen Nolan, founder of Mother Compost, and I'm here to share some of that interview today. Hi, I'm here with Gwen Nolan, founder of Mother Compost. Mrs. Nolan, can you tell us some more about Mother Compost?
Absolutely. Mother Compost is a food waste recycling organization operating on the main line. We help take excess food and turn it into compost.
Here come a couple more questions. How does Mother Compost help the environment?
So our food waste makes up about a quarter of what we send to landfills and incinerators. And in landfills, food can't biodegrade naturally, so it undergoes a process called anaerobic digestion, which creates methane gas, a greenhouse gas 80 times more potent than carbon dioxide, which traps heat in our atmosphere. So by composting food waste and repurposing it, we effectively reduce the amount of methane and recycle food.
Oh, wow, you're a really big deal to me. When did you start your journey of making your company?
Actually, I started in 2018 by asking 10 friends to compost at home. I had been frustrated by how much I threw away because I had kids who wouldn't eat any food, and a little scared by how much trash we were creating. And I found that composting dramatically reduced how much we were throwing away, but it's a lot of work to manage in your backyard. So Mother Compost is an easy way to do it without having to have your own system at home.
So you made this all up from scratch and now it has blown into this huge help to our community. I just have a couple more questions. How do you transport all this compost?
These are great questions, Fiona. We transport in pickup trucks, F-350s, which have a dump in the back that we can easily access to put the materials in and then tip out at the farm.
I just have a couple more questions. How do you transfer all this compost?
So we transfer the compost after we take the food waste to the farm. It's combined with carbon materials. So the majority of our food is nitrogen-rich materials. In order to turn that food into compost, you need to combine it with carbon, which is shredded leaves and wood material. When you put those two things together along with water and air, they generate heat and transform into soil, which is then called compost, a nutrient-rich soil amendment.
If you use a truck, can you tell me about your trucks?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're not using trash trucks yet, but we're using pickup trucks, which are much easier to maneuver down tight neighborhood streets and some of the smaller quarters. Most of our business is in the residential community today, so that really works for us.
What's your favorite part about Mother Compost?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think my favorite part is seeing this idea that was in my head come out into the world and draw all of these amazing people who are now working at the company and working with the company, like the McCartan family, and just creating this whole community around composting. So it's wild to watch something just come out of your head and into the world.
Thank you for what you do for our community. A huge thank you to Mrs. Nolan today. I'm Fiona signing off.
It's trash day in Lower Merion Township. Both regular garbage and compost.
I think people being home more in the last 2 years made people really recognize how much trash they were creating. So looking at different solutions for mitigating that.
Gwen Nolan is the founder of Mother Compost, a small business that serves neighborhoods on the main line in Montgomery and Delaware counties.
We collect organic food scraps every other week, clean the containers after each pickup, take it to Linvilla Orchards where they turn it into compost, and then our subscribers can register to receive a share of compost each spring.
Kitchen Harvest at Linvilla Orchards in Media, Delaware County processes the waste collected by Mother Compost and other similar composting businesses in the suburbs.
You're recycling the nutrients in your food instead of throwing it into the landfill. So that's why composting is part of that less waste journey for most people, and a very simple place to start. We're seeing a lot of increase in residential signups. We have a lot of schools and commercial businesses who are now back online starting to reach out.
It's very exciting to see that traction pick up.
For subscriber Gary Wildbacker of Marion, the $22 a month fee is worth it.
Water and vinegar.
The crews clean the containers. The liner is compostable, made of cornstarch.
They do the
And as you can see, you can compost just about anything you eat.
We can take leftover cookies, cake, dairy, cooked vegetables, leftovers, pasta.
You can even compost pizza boxes.